early recovery is like being a newborn with adult expectations. And I think for the family members that are experiencing early recovery with their own loved ones, it's important to know certain things about early recovery. A lot of times people just assume that once the drugs are put down and as long as they are living their life and they're doing the recovery journey, that everything is going to be just fine. Everything is gonna They're gonna snap back into normal and just be the person that they were before the use of drugs, or better. And that's not quite how it is. So early recovery, the first 6 months or so, maybe longer, maybe shorter, but around the first 6 months, it can almost be just as chaotic as when they were using drugs. And I know that that's really hard, but it's like I said, early recovery for a person that is just entering into it, it is like being a newborn with adult expectations. We have spent so much time, and I mean, me, like as a person that was recovering, I remember my first 6 months. We spent the first 6 months just trying to figure out how to live life. Like all of a sudden, we have to think about like budgeting money for food. I spent a long time not really eating, and if I did eat, it was just for basic survival, and it didn't really exist in my world. Early recovery, I ate a lot because I had lost so much weight from not eating. I had to learn how to eat like kind of on a more routine. In the beginning, it wasn't a routine. It was just I was hungry all the time, and so I ate all the time. And then it's like, oh yeah, there's kind of this whole thing of like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and like how do you go to the grocery store and shop for food? It's all so odd when you're just getting into early recovery. There are like rehabs out there that actually teach people how to budget food and like go grocery shopping, and like they teach them how to go grocery shopping because like they have to, because a lot of times, even for me or for other people that have literally never gone grocery shopping before, we don't have to do these like small little daily tasks that you may be taking for granted. We're learning how, like, what is this bill that we have to pay? Like, what do you mean bills? What is a bill? We didn't pay for things. If it wasn't going to drugs, like we didn't spend money paying bills. Like that's crazy. So we have to learn how to do all of these little things all over again. I remember just like waking up and like I have to shower and like brush my teeth and put my shoes on. I don't even know if I'm putting my shoes on right. I don't even know if I know how to remember to tie my shoes. Like and sometimes you'll see people in like the early recovery walking around with untied shoelaces all the time. We don't give a shit about that stuff. We're just like Zombieland trying to figure out how to not use drugs the first 6 months. It's a very confusing time too. It's overwhelming. Like everything is overwhelming. And I think like when you have a family member that is experiencing early recovery, like if your loved one is experiencing early recovery, the best support you can give them is really just like a little bit of space to let them sort things out. You can expect them to be struggling, depressed. They may be angry. They are dealing with so much shame that you don't even know about, that like it would boggle your mind of going, how are you even standing here like talking and it with all of the emotions that you're feeling right now? Like it would boggle your mind to know and feel what they're feeling if you had to feel it, because I can tell you that they're dealing with a lot of shame, and sometimes that shame can come out in anger. It can come out in frustration. It can look a lot like pushing you away, and that is perfectly it's perfectly normal. And I know we don't like that because we felt like we were just going to start seeing them in a different way when they got clean. That it's like, wait, this isn't what I was expecting. I expected that when you stopped using drugs, things were going to get better. And it doesn't seem like things are really getting better. Like, what in the hell is going on? Did you even stop using drugs? Are you still using? And that can be hard because yes, you're going to doubt them. Yes, you're going to mistrust them because they've earned that. And yes, a lot of times it's just going to look like they are really struggling, continue to struggle. To you, that seems like a red flag or somehow everything is going to trigger them. But the truth is they have to learn how to sort all of that stuff out at some point. There is no magic cure to make all of that go away. I get that there are medications out there, but people need to feel their feelings. It's a need. Like, people need to sort that stuff out. They need to go through the emotions of what they are experiencing so that they can move past it, not cover it up, not pretend like it didn't happen, but they need to be able to genuinely move past it. And so it's going to be a struggle for a while when it comes to them going through the emotions of things. And that the biggest support that family members can give is just a little bit of space and time to sort them out, especially if you're seeing them actually like doing the meetings in the recovery. Just giving them a little time and space can be very helpful and let them kind of just sort some things out and relearn how to live their life all over again without putting so much pressure on and demanding certain things of them. And it's hard to know where the balance of that is because you do have expectations of them, but like, where is the balance of giving them their space, and where should you come in as the support person and show them how much you love them and that you're there for them without, pressuring. So I get that can be a real challenge to know where to find that balance. And there is a balance, and this is why you need support for yourself to kind of understand and how to find that balance for yourself. And so if you want to talk more about that and just overall early recovery and what does that look like for you and how to, best be their support through that, then you can always reach out to me. You can check out my website. It's maniliconsulting.com, or I recommend just shooting me a quick email. We can schedule a time to talk. It's always nice to just have a human to talk to that knows, kind of what to say and what your loved one is going through. So you can just shoot me a quick email, Jennifer@maniliconsulting.com. Anyway, I hope this was helpful and I hope you have a good day.